It's a Friday. Johnny Kenny signed a new deal. It's Liam Scales' birthday. What's to fret about? I think there's quite a few things to fret about. But this is Tino with the Countdown to Kick-Off show. Joined here once again by Greg, ahead of Celtic v Aberdeen, Pittodrie, 12:30 kick-off on Sunday. Greg, how are you feeling about all things Celtic at this moment in time?
Yeah, trying to remain positive. I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday, actually. I know last weekend was a bit of a grind. I kind of expect it to be the same again. But I think the players will be going up there, the back of their mind, thinking the Aberdeen won after the cup final, so looking for a positive result. Albeit things off the field are still remaining frustrating for the supporters. I don't think we can get away from that. I don't think there's any Celtic fan out there that's happy just now, especially a week after Brendan Rodgers kind of came out and fired a few bullets. We're a week ahead, or a week on, sorry, and still not really anything's changed. So hopefully the results on the pitch continue, but things off the pitch still remain slightly frustrating for us.
Yeah, and I think, the focus here, this is Countdown to Kick-Off, a pre-match show about Celtic v Aberdeen, but it'd be remiss of us not to discuss, the ongoing off-field stuff. I watched Brendan Rodgers' press conference just there, and it's a wee bit of same old over the last couple of weeks. He was obviously a bit more fired up last Friday. He seems to have tempered that this time around. And the general response to the very valid questions he was getting in the media conference was just nothing to report. I'm sure the guys are working hard behind the scenes. We want to get more talent in, but at the moment, nothing to report. Repeat. I don't know. Do you think at some point that gets through to the players too? Obviously, they've got a job to do. We as fans certainly feel it. It looks like Brendan Rodgers is feeling it. Do you think it has any bearing on the players who themselves, I'm sure, want to see more talent come in the doors?
Without doubt, it gets through to the players, especially your senior players, your McGregors, your Tierneys. There's no way Tierney can back up from Arsenal for this. There is not a chance. So yeah, they'll be looking at it. I just feel we're always just that one step. Like, if you don't get that late goal against St Mirren, it's a completely different week you've had. You go into another tough game. We've got Ibrox not too far away. We've got a really important qualifier. The players, without doubt, as professional as they'll be, will be looking at and thinking we've got some really big games here, and we are so short in key areas. So without doubt, the players will be thinking that, and they'll be getting very frustrated. I think you've seen Rodgers. I think almost last week he fired the bullets, and this week it's like, I've said everything I need to say, and we're no further ahead. I think somebody said, I can't remember who it was in the show, that Rodgers maybe been cute, and I know we'll get to starting lineups. I don't think he is. I think he's playing the hand he's been dealt, and it's not a very good one currently.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've never really bought into the theory that managers would, for some reason, sabotage their team just to prove a point. If Brendan Rodgers made some changes that saw us draw last week, that would be crazy. I think he's just, as you say, played the hand he's dealt, played the players he's got, and thankfully it was enough to get the win last week. Just a couple of interesting quotes from the press conference today. He was asked specifically, does he think we'll have players in or new players in time for the playoff, which is 10 days or so away, maybe slightly longer. Quote unquote, I really don't know. So that's not encouraging. He's not been given that confidence from up high that, don't worry, Brendan, we'll get you that striker, that winger, that whatever. So that's concerning. But at the same time, he also said that he can't afford to get bogged down, and that was the words, because ultimately, going to Pittodrie any time in the season is a huge test. So he's juggling all sorts of things just now, which again isn't ideal. The bottom line is he cannot properly focus on his job on Sunday, a really tough game, because of all this stuff. And again, for me, that tells you that the powers that be at the club aren't supporting him correctly to do what he's paid to do.
Absolutely not. It's, as you just touched upon there, it's a really difficult game. Always going up to Pittodrie in an early kick-off on a Sunday is very difficult, and you've almost got this sideshow going on. If he said he really doesn't know, that to me says no, and nothing's close, which is really, really worrying. He does need to concentrate, the players that he's got in front of him, but still he must be looking at it going, I'm so short in the wide areas and up top, I need help here to do my job. And I don't know whether we've gone back in time here, and it's another game of cat and mouse between him and the board. It kind of points to that, to be honest, which is really worrying. But he can't do his optimum performance as manager of Celtic without being helped out by the board, and he can't come out more clearly and state what he needs and what he's asked for. And everybody's just raising questions going, why? I can't get my head around it. I understand the model we've got in signing certain players for certain money and not being held to ransom. I get all that, and it's worked brilliantly for us. But right now we are so short that we kind of can be held to ransom and we need to react to that.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a time where you have to just pay the ransom, and it seems
Absolutely.
that Celtic aren't willing to do so. He spoke about the club in one of his answers, and I'm paraphrasing here. He said the club will always look for the best players, but also the best value, and he stressed the value thing. And we're doing the whole, just looking to get a bang for our buck rather than just get the right player first and foremost, and that's the frustration. One of the most interesting things about the press conference, though, as we start to move towards Aberdeen, he was asked at the very end about not playing Shin Yamada, and I was surprised that Yamada never got game time. It was Johnny Kenny. As mentioned, Johnny Kenny's now signed an extended deal till 2029. So Kenny comes off the bench, and he was asked, folks were a bit surprised, and he got all of a sudden a wee bit defensive, a wee bit spiky, which he hadn't generally been during the press conference, and he was saying, well, who was surprised? I can only play 11 players. I chose to play. Okay, everyone, we're going to leave it there for now on this one, but if you'd like to watch the full episode, you can do that right now by joining us over on Patreon at patreon.com/Celtic Exchange. As a member, you'll get access to the rest of this episode, plus all of our additional shows, including pre- and post-match shows for every game, a range of extra episodes throughout the week, and loads more from the team here at Celtic Exchange. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up, and once you're in, you can continue watching the show on your device or directly on the brilliant Patreon app. So that's patreon.com/Celtic Exchange, or just click the link in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you over on Patreon shortly.